Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklarbro Country, the Virus Edition, aka the Pandy Pods.
AKA Two Bros, No Garden Hose.
I got to read this verbatim because it was so well done by Sarah Dunn, and she wrote it a while back. For 283 weekdays in a row, aka the entire year, at Sklar Brothers have been keeping me sane with their daily hashtag Sklarbro Country Virus Editions. I've enjoyed every second of them, thanks to Randy and Jay. Hashtag aka Sklarbro, 283 weekday listening to them pandy play. I love her. She's the best.
Thank you,
She's the
girl.
greatest. Thank you for listening and paying attention and drawing that connective line that sort of, it's invisible, but we are connected all the way from Ireland to here. And that's what this whole process has been great for me, is connecting us with all of our fans around the world. We love you guys. Thank you for connecting with this, and we're going to keep doing it as best as we can for you. All right. You know what else I love, Jay?
What?
I love that people are still trying to rob McDonald's. How much do you expect to get when you're going to go rob a McDonald's? What do you expect?
I can't imagine there's more than $150 in the cash register at any given time.
There's no way you think you're getting a windfall of any kind.
An
all right?
armed robbery of a McDonald's. It's like, I don't know, calling in your biggest celebrity cameo ever for just like
to walk, like having it, not a cameo that we do, like having that celebrity cameo just do a quick walk on in the background of your web series.
or like an industrial for like a company.
You can do it, but why would you
Why
use
would
that
you
favor
even?
there?
Yeah.
So now you have to look at the type of person who would rob a McDonald's.
You have no options for other places to rob, I guess.
You don't know where the nearest bank is.
Right.
You know someone who's on fries, maybe. It's an inside
You
job.
used to work there probably.
You get the idea while perusing the new McCafe menu.
I don't know. You're more of a performance thief. I don't know what else.
Meaning
it could
you
be.
do it for the love of the game,
Right.
rather
It
than the
doesn't- it's
booty
not about
itself.
it's not about the ends. It's about the means.
It's about the journey, right? That's what it is. Or you're a goddamn idiot.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably the
Probably it's
reason
that.
here,
That's
right?
probably what
Let's
it is.
find out, God damn it. Here we go. McDonald's really is strict about what time lunch starts. Oh, man, they are.
Yeah, that is a line in the sand that they've drawn at
Why?
McDonald's, and you're like,
Why?
At this point,
You should be able to eat whatever you want at any part of the day.
we're in a pandemic.
Like, who
open
cares?
up the rules. I used to
Open it
not
up.
think I could go out in sweatpants. I do now.
I never understood this. If you're cooking everything in the same microwave, McDonald's,
if it's all sitting in the freezer, why are we suddenly being so like restrictive with when we can give?
take it
what
out of
we
the
have?
freezer and heat it up? Do you, as a worker, care if it's an egg McMuffin or a McRib? You
No, you
don't.
don't. You
You're
don't
gonna
care.
press a button and heat it up, and that's it. And let's be honest, why does McDonald's care about keeping the foods we traditionally eat at certain times separate? I
Why
don't
does
understand
McDonald's
this.
want to die on that breakfast, lunch, and dinner separation hill?
I don't know. Do you think anyone is eating McDonald's is like, thank God McDonald's has the decency to recognize that lunch starts at a specific
Let me
time.
tell you something. This world is chaos right now, but McDonald's keeps order by only doing lunch when lunch happens.
Thank God lunch is where lunch is. Now, give me one of those nuggets that looks like chicken but is made out of the same processed shit that you make all your breakfast foods out of.
Or that's made out of the mat that it comes on.
I'll have a 20 piece of that amorphous garbage, essentially is what it is. You know when lunch officially starts at McDonald's,
I
Jay?
don't know,
You ready
actually.
for this?
Yeah.
10:30 a.m. That's barely brunch, you Neanderthals. I love that McDonald's is going to bend the timing of lunch so much that it's basically breakfast, but they won't serve you breakfast food.
Right. You can't come in at 10:14 and be like, I need some McNuggets.
Rigid on everything, but lunch is
That's
a
not
ti-
even in the ballpark of when people eat lunch.
Yeah.
That's early even for a kid's school lunch, which comes early anyway.
And I love that it's not the food that you're claiming as food is not actual food at McDonald's.
Yeah.
A man has been jailed for robbing a McDonald's in England and for making off with not only some of the cash, but food. So I love that he had time to order, Jay.
First he ordered, then he robbed.
This is a stick up. But first, you guys have any hot apple pies? Unfortunately for him, not only did he get caught, but he also wasn't even able to get the meal he was hoping to get from the time of the robbery.
Oh, man.
This is the most McDonald's story ever.
Either he tried to rob them and because they got his meal order wrong,
That's why he tried to rob.
or he thought they could handle the ordering part and then they
Or he
messed it up.
ordered a lunch item at breakfast. He robbed them and asked them for the food that wasn't there that was supposed. I love it.
wasn't the time it was
At
supposed to be served.
gunpoint, McDonald's is still willing to uphold the nope.
Like, sorry, bro.
We're still just serving breakfast right now.
I see. I'm looking down the barrel of your gun and I'm telling you, you got to wait till 10:30.
That's right. Again. Batten claimed to have a gun and demanded money from the register and forced the manager to give him access to the store's safe. Total Karen move, asking for the safe.
I need to talk to your manager.
On his way out, he reportedly demanded some of the fast food franchise famous chicken nuggets. Demanded. He could have asked. Asking would have been so much more confusing, right? He
Give me all the money in your register, and can I
please have some McNuggets on the way out? Would have totally shocked Pardon me. Could I abscond with the 20-piece McNugget?
And he did it in a British accent, so
it could happen in England. Yeah, it did. Unfortunately for him, it was still too early in the day, and the restaurant was only serving items. Go in the freezer, get some McNuggets, heat them up for this guy.
He got a gun on you.
He got a gun. Give it to him.
I know that you're in another country, and in other countries, people take McDonald's more seriously. I guarantee you, if this happened here, someone would throw some nuggets in the fryer.
You have them in the McDonald's. I know they're there. Just go and get them.
Throw them in the fryer.
The McNuggets aren't kept in a separate safe, and someone at McDonald's corporate turns a key, and then you can unlock it at 10:30.
We both have to turn a key at the same time to unlock the nuggets.
No, that's not what happens. Apparently, he was unwilling to wait for some McNuggets to be cooked, and Batten made off with the double sausage McMuffin instead. Ooh, you got burned.
Again, what's the McFucking difference here?
Thank you. I don't know.
What is?
None of it is actual food, and all of it is more harmful to you than the gun that he is placing at your head.
Yeah, the food is going to kill you slowly and painfully and over time.
That's
right away.
You're gone. You're fine.
Should we take a break and then come back?
Let's take a break and finish up the rest of this damn thing. All right, we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. A couple days left. We're going to do that live Dumb People Town this weekend, this Saturday, May 22nd at Nowhere Comedy Club. Go to nowherecomedyclub.com. Look up, get your tickets. Chris Thiele from Nickel Creek playing music on his mandolin. The Doughboys, the fried chicken sandwich challenge, and it's going to be so much fun. We got a Greenlee. Get your tickets or at danielvankirk.com. We want to see all of you guys there. We want to keep doing these shows for you, so get your tickets so we can do that. All right?
Yep.
When we left, a guy tried to rob McDonald's, and then as he was leaving, he asked for some McNuggets. And then they said, it's lunch. It's not lunch yet, so we can't serve you the McNuggets. Again, sticking to the breakfast is served at breakfast, lunch is served at lunch.
Even in the face of like a potential murder.
Even though lunch for McDonald's starts at breakfast time for everybody else. He reportedly stole more than $600 from the restaurant.
Which feels like a lot of money.
Right. And again, we've had this debate on Dumb People Town all the time. Is it a restaurant if the chairs are nailed down?
No.
Or the tables. Okay.
If you can't move the table and the floor, it's not a restaurant.
He was reportedly identified by CCTV cameras. And
if you have to bust your own table and pick it up and throw it away.
And he turned himself into the authorities later that day. It was discovered that instead of an actual gun, he had been threatening victims with an unloaded 177 air pistol. Classic. Just like McDonald's claims to be regular food, this guy claims that he had a real gun. It's
the perfect McCrime.
This guy is the real life Hamburglar.
Yes.
Right? That's what I would have called him.
That's what the New York Post would have called him.
Exactly. A judge recently sentenced him to 6 years in prison. I think he should be sentenced to 6 more years working the drive-thru at McDonald's.
That's worse than making license plates in prison.
At least in the joint, you
give him the late night shift.
You do not have to deal with McDonald's regulars. You're just making a license plate, right?
No, Karen, you cannot have 4 barbecue sauces.
No, you can't. I just gave you 3. Batten reportedly claimed that he had robbed the restaurant in order to get money to pay back a debt. His lawyer said that he was ashamed and embarrassed by his actions. Not that ashamed. He did order the McNuggets.
I'm glad he's not denying it, I guess, on some level.
I thought Batten's lawyer was going to say he was embarrassed and ashamed that he went to McDonald's in the first place. That I would have bought.
I feel like this only happens at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Not to say that it can't happen at other fast food
joints. Or that there is another
joints.
crime happening at fast food joints, but this feels like it only happens at McDonald's. Like food porn gets shot every day at Carl's Jr. Arby's, is probably stockpiling weapons under that big cowboy hat.
They got the meats and they got the weapons off the streets.
There you go. Subway had Jared and all the child porn that went along with that he stuffed in those big pants.
So each fast food chain has its own vice and its own crimes that are occurring there.
That's right.
McDonald's does kind of feel like the place you would go to hold it up.
And again, like you were saying, Jay, McDonald's in other countries is actually viewed as like a step up.
Right. It's like a rarity. It's a special thing.
If McDonald's is a step up, then Chipotle in Belgium is got to be like a 5-star restaurant, a Michelin rated. You know what I mean? That's what it probably is, because they look at McDonald's as this thing. They want this. But again, do not order the wrong thing at the wrong time, or you're going to get, and that may be your undoing in the robbery.
McDonald's feels like a parent in this case. I feel like feels like a parent that's stuck to a limit.
Just making a stand when
you don't get a treat. You don't get a treat before dinner. That's what they're saying.
And they're
you can't have a treat at 4
Meanwhile, this
p.m.
guy, the kid's like taking all of his books down from the shelf and throwing
Kids
them all
like
over the way.
trying to break the flat screen on the TV, and you're like, I'm not giving you
I'm not giving
treat
in
before dinner.
You know what? Give the kid a treat, and maybe put a little whiskey on your finger too.
Right.
All right.
Make him tired.
That's the show, guys. Stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. This is not a hoax.
But we got the jokes.
We'll see you this Saturday at the live Dumb People Town, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da. La-ti-da.